Hi students, welcome to the chemistry class. In yesterday class, we are discussed about the ideal solution and the types of the deviations. One is the positive deviation and then the negative deviation. And then the next concept is azeotropic mixture. What is the meaning of the azeotropic mixture? Azeotropic mixture means it is a first of all solution. In this contains two components. For example, it is a solution. In this solution contains two components. In these two components are completely mixed with each other. So, in a solution, it is a binary solution. In this solution contains two components. Each component is mixed with each other, is completely. Then these components does not resolve by the components by the distillation process. That type of mixtures are called as a azeotropic mixture. Once again I repeat, first of all we are taken into a solution, that solution containing two components. So this mixture of solution is called as a binary mixture. So in this binary mixture does not resolve the components. What is the meaning of the resolve? Resolve means in these two components are separated. That means individually component A, component B. That means separate of this solution, from this solution the components are separated. That is called as a resolve. So in this binary mixture we cannot resolve the components by the process of the distillation. What is the meaning of the distillation? Distillation means, for example, two different boiling points of the solvents or mixture is taken. For example, it is a beaker. It contains the mixture of the binary mixture of the solution. That means it contains two components. One component is A, another component is B. Component A having the 70 degrees boiling point and the B having the 100 degree Celsius of the temperature, and then we can apply the temperature. Then first of all 70 degrees Celsius of the component easily evaporated, and then these vapors we are collect to the vapors and then cooled. Then these vapors are liquefied and then separate the component A. The vapors are stopped in this temperature at the 70 degrees. That means the component A is completely evaporated. Then in this solution contains only B. So we are using the temperature, the separation of this mixture of the components. That process is called as a distillation. That means this is based on the temperature and the boiling points of the components. That boiling points of the components are nearly does not separate, but the boiling points are different in between the two components 30 or 40 degrees or 40 Celsius. Then easily separate this method. This is called as a distillation. So in binary mixture of the components are here. In these components cannot resolve by the process of the distillation. That means we cannot separate the components in this solution. That process by that cannot resolve these components by the distillation. That is called as, that mixture is called as a azeotropic mixture. Once again I repeat, azeotropic mixture means a binary mixture of solutions. In this binary mixture of solution we cannot resolve the components by the distillation process, is called azeotropic mixture. These azeotropic mixtures are exhibits two types of boiling points. First one is the minimum boiling point of the azeotropic mixture, and second one is the maximum boiling point of the azeotropic mixture. We are discuss about the first one, minimum boiling point of the azeotropic mixture. Minimum boiling point means the component, that solution having the less boiling point. That means that solution exhibits positive deviation. That means that solution shows the positive deviation. That means easily formation of the vapor pressure. So at lower temperature easily boil. So that boiling point is very less. So the azeotropic mixture at a minimum boiling point. That means that solution shows the positive deviation. For example, ethanol. Ethanol means C2H5OH plus water. Water means H2O. In the preparation of the ethyl alcohol from molasses, this concept is already we are discussed in organic preparation of the alcohols. Okay, in that case, alcohols are prepared from the molasses. Then, in that, first of all, obtained the alcohol is only 6%. That 6% alcohol we are called as a wash or wort. 6% means in 100 ml, total 100 ml we are taken. In that 6 ml is the ethyl alcohol, remaining 94 ml is the H2O. And then in this mixture we are treated or process of the distillation, then some amount of the water is easily evaporated and separated. Then we collect the 95% of the ethyl alcohol. That ethyl alcohol is called as a rectified spirit. That ethyl alcohol is called as a rectified spirit. In this rectified spirit contains 95% of the ethyl alcohol and 5% water. In this mixture of this solution, that means two components are here, one is the ethyl alcohol, another one is the water. These components on distillation does not separate. So on distillation process, on heating process, the ethyl alcohol and water, these two molecules does not separate because both are completely combined. So this type of mixture is called as a azeotropic mixture. Otherwise, this mixture is heated, then evaporated. Ethyl alcohol and water both are the same because of the same vapor pressure of these two molecules are arising. So these two are easily at the same time evaporated. So by the distillation process, these two components at the same time in the rectified spirit, these two molecules we are not separated by the process of the distillation. So this components of the mixture, binary components of the mixture is called as a azeotropic mixture. But these are easily escape from the liquid state to the vapor state. So develop the more vapor pressure at lower temperature. So this type of azeotropic mixtures, the boiling point is minimum, and this type of solutions shows the positive deviation. And then the maximum boiling point of the azeotropic mixtures. The maximum boiling point of the azeotropic mixtures shows the negative deviation. For example, in the preparation of the HNO3 Ostwald process, 68% of the HNO3 is obtained. In the 68% of the HNO3 with combined with 32% of the H2O. So in this HNO3 and H2O, these two components at 68% of HNO3, then these two components we cannot separate by the process of the distillation. So this mixture of the components, binary components, is called as a azeotropic mixture. In this mixture, HNO3 is strongly combined with water. So it is, can assume it is A, it is B. So A, B both are strongly interact with each other through the intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So the A and B solute solvent interactions are the more strong interactions comparatively AA and BB, like that HNO3, HNO3, H2O, H2O. That interactions are the weaker interactions comparatively HNO3 and H2O interactions in this azeotropic mixture. So these interactions are so strong, so these molecules are does not breakable and does not escape from the liquid state to the vapor state. So does not develop the easily vapor pressure, but we can apply the temperature, then these bonds are breakable and then these molecules are escape from the liquid state to the gaseous state or vapor state. So this vapor pressure is obtained or vapor pressure is formed by the we are applying the temperature. When we are applying the temperature, so this type of azeotropic mixture, the vapor pressure is formed at maximum boiling point. That means higher temperature. So this is the example for the maximum boiling point of the azeotropic mixture. This is the topic of the azeotropic mixture. Azeotropic mixture means the binary components or binary mixture of the binary mixture. We are taking the binary mixture. In this binary mixture, we cannot resolve the components, cannot resolve into components by the process of the distillation. That process, that mixture is called as a azeotropic mixture. That mixture is called as a azeotropic mixture. Okay, and the next concept is colligative properties of the solutions. Colligative properties. What is the meaning of the colligative properties? Colligative properties means that properties, some of the properties are here, that properties only depends on the number of particles of the solute. In a solution, solution means it has solvent and small amount of the non-volatile solute. It is dissolved in this solution. So in these solutions, some of the properties are variable. That properties are called as a colligative properties. So these colligative properties are depends only on the number of particles of the solute and then does not depends on the nature of the solute. That type of properties are called as a colligative properties. That type of properties are called as a colligative properties. What is the meaning of the colligative properties? Colligative properties means the properties which are depends on the number of solute particles, does not depends on the nature of the solute. That type of properties are called as a colligative properties. The properties are classified into 4. They are the first one is R, L, V, P. And the second one is elevation in boiling point. And third one is depression in freezing point. And fourth one is the osmotic pressure. What is the meaning of the colligative properties? The solution, the properties which are depends on the number of solute particles does not depends on the nature of the solute, that properties are called as a colligative properties. That properties are classified into 4 types. Their first one is the relative lowering vapor pressure. That is, the first one is the relative lowering vapor pressure. And second one is the elevation in boiling point. Third one is the depression in freezing point. And fourth one is the osmotic pressure. These properties we will discuss one by one. Okay. The first one is the RLVP. What is the meaning of the RLVP? RLVP means the relative lowering vapor pressure. This concept we are already discussed in previous classes. Okay. Once again I repeat briefly. RLVP. First of all, taken into a cylinder or beaker and then should be filled with solvent. Should be filled with solvent. The solvent particles are freely arranged at the surface and in the solvent. Okay. So the solvent particles are easily does not combine with another type of any particle. The solvent particles are arranged freely at the surface of the solvent. Then this type of particles are easily escape from the solution state to the vapor state. So the vapor pressure, that means vapor molecules are higher, then the vapor pressure is higher. So the pure solvent of the vapor pressure we are represents P naught. The vapor pressure is higher and the vapor pressure of the pure solvent is represented as P naught. At the same time, same type of solvent we are taken. In this solvent the vapor pressure is higher, then we are added into the small amount of non-volatile solute. We are added into the non-volatile solute. Then that solute particles are combined with solvent particles strongly. This is the solute, this is the solvent particle, this is the solute particle, and one solvent particle and one is the solute particle. One is the solvent, another one is the solute. Solvent, solute. That means the solvent particles are not arranged into the freely. These solvent particles are combined with solute particle. So solute is strong bond, formation of a strong bond with solvent. So these solvent particles are does not escape from the liquid state to the vapor state easily. That means the vapor pressure is very less comparatively the pure solvent of the vapor pressure. So in this case the vapor pressure of the solution is indicated by the PS. The PS. So the vapor pressure of the solution is always less than the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. So the difference in between the vapor pressure of the pure solvent and the vapor pressure of the solution, that is indicated by the P naught minus PS, is called lowering vapor pressure. The difference in between the vapor pressure of the pure solvent and vapor pressure of the solution, that is called lowering vapor pressure. And then the ratio in between the lowering vapor pressure of the solution and the vapor pressure of the pure solvent, that is indicated by P naught minus PS. It is indicated by the lowering vapor pressure upon the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. In between the ratio is called as a RLVP, relative lowering vapor pressure. Relative lowering vapor pressure. this relative lowering vapor pressure is used to the Raoult's law. Based on the, according to the Raoult's law, we are calculate the molecular mass or mass of the solute in the solution. We are calculate the mass of the solute by the using the formula is P naught minus Ps upon the P naught is equals to the A by M into W by B based on the Raoult's law. So this RLVP, relative lowering vapor pressure, is used to calculate the mass or molar mass of the solute particles. So the properties which are depends on the only solute particles does not depends on the nature of the solute, that is called as a colligative property. The first colligative property is the RLVP. It is used to calculate the number of solute particles and the mass of the solute particles and the gram molecular weight of the solute particle. And then the second colligative property is, the second one is the elevation in boiling point. Elevation in boiling point. First of all, what is the meaning of the elevation? Elevation means to increase. To increase. In this case, we are taken into two containers. First of all, in this container, taken into pure water. Pure water. And then second container, this water, and then it contains a non-volatile solute, like we are taken into salt water. Taken into salt water. This is the sea water, like this is the pure water. Okay, taken into two beakers, and then should be filled with one beaker should be filled with water, and then another beaker should be filled with sea water. In this water contains non-volatile solute. In this water contains non-volatile solute. It is called as a solution. It is called as a pure solvent. It is called as a pure solvent. Okay. In this case, elevation means increase. What is the meaning of the boiling point? The boiling point means the temperature at which the vapor pressure of the solution is equals to the atmospheric pressure. That is called as a boiling point. Once again I repeat, what is the meaning of the boiling point? Boiling point means the vapor pressure of the solution is equals to the atmospheric pressure, then its boiling point. That means that is called as a boiling point. But in this case, it is the pure solvent, it is the solution. Which one having the more vapor pressure? The solvent has more vapor pressure because the solvent particles freely arrange on the surface of the solvent, then easily escape from the surface of the liquid to the vapor state. That means the vapor pressure is higher in pure solvent. The vapor pressure is higher, okay, in the pure solvent, and then in water. In this sea water, in this the water particles, that means solvent particles, are associated with solute particles. That means like NaCl, KCl, that means any one non-volatile solute. The solute particles combined with water molecules. So in these attractions are more. So the vapor pressure, that means does not easily escape from the liquid state to the vapor state. So the attractions are the strong attraction. The vapor pressure is very less. So the boiling point, we are discuss about the boiling point. In this case, this pure solvent having the higher vapor pressure, the vapor pressure is higher, normally higher, then that boiling point is lower. Otherwise the vapor pressure is lower, then the boiling point is higher. Okay, then in these two solutions we are taken plotted a graph. In between the, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. On the x-axis we are taken into the temperature, this is the increase from left to the right, and then vapor pressure, this is from 0 to the increase the on the direction of the upward direction. Then first of all taken into water. This water normally it is the liquid state, temperature is increases, normally vapor pressure is also increases. At a certain point, at certain temperature, it is evaporated. That point is called as a boiling point. That means the vapor pressure of the liquid is equals to the atmospheric pressure. So in that case, that is the equal, then that point is called as a TB naught. Generally in water the boiling point is 100 degree Celsius. So this is the 100 degree Celsius that is indicated by the TB naught. At the same time, in this case, that is the water, that means pure solvent. Like in this case we are discuss about the water and seawater. So water the boiling point, that is the pure solvent. And then in this case we are taken into the seawater. Seawater having the non-volatile solute. So the vapor pressure is very less. So we are applying the temperature, then develop the vapor pressure, and then escape from the liquid state to the gaseous state or vapor state. So that first of all in liquid state of the seawater, and then we are increase the temperature, then easily evaporated. That vapor pressure of the solution is equals to the vapor pressure, atmospheric pressure at this point, and then at this point the temperature is TB. So this is the pure solvent, this is the solution. In this case, generally this container and in this container both are having the water, but this is the pure water, that means pure solvent, but same solvent, but in this container solute is also here, non-volatile solute. So solute is combined with solvent particles, then decrease the vapor pressure, then increase the boiling point. So the pure solvent is indicated by the TB naught, and the solution boiling point is indicated by the TB. So the total boiling point difference is indicated by the delta TB. It is called as a elevation in boiling point, that is indicated by the TB minus TB naught. The difference in between the solution of the boiling point and the pure solvent of the boiling point is called as a elevation in boiling point. Elevation means to increase. That means to increase the boiling point of the solution when it contains a non-volatile solute when compared with that of the pure solvent. So in comparatively pure solvent and the solution, solvent having the lower boiling point and the solute containing the solvent, that means solution having the more boiling point because of the it contains the non-volatile solute. Non-volatile solute. That solute particles are more. That means the solute percentage is increases. The boiling point is also increases. Okay. So to increase the boiling point is called as a elevation in boiling point. Elevation in boiling point. This elevation in boiling point depends on the molality of this solution. That means the solute particles, based on the solute particles, that means the delta TB, that means elevation in boiling point is directly proportional to the molality of the solution. molality of the solution is directly proportional. We are converted into the constant. We can write delta TB is equals to KB into M. M means small m. It is the molality, not a molarity. It is a molality. And then KB is called as a molal elevation constant or ebullioscopic constant. What is the meaning of the ebullioscopic constant or molal elevation constant? It's very, very important in 2 marks questions in IPA. What is the meaning of the molal elevation constant or ebullioscopic constant? Means the elevation of boiling point is obtained when 1 mole of solute is present in 1000 grams of solvent. Once again I repeat, the elevation in boiling point is produced when 1 mole of solute is dissolved in 1000 grams of the solvent. Then that point or that constant is called as a molal elevation constant or ebullioscopy constant, that is indicated by the KB. That is indicated by the KB. And then what is the meaning of the molality? Molality means number of moles of solute. Number of moles. Moles means weight by gram molecular weight into the number of moles of solute is present or dissolved in 1000 grams of the solvent. 1000 grams of the solvent, that is called as a molality. So the molality is, we can calculate, the formula is weight of the solute by the gram molecular weight of the solute into 1000 by weight of the solvent. Weight of the solvent. This molality equation is substituted in this formula. We can write delta TB. That means the elevation in boiling point is equals to the KB into, KB means the molar elevation constant or ebullioscopic constant, into M means weight by gram molecular weight of the solute into 1000 by weight of the solvent. The elevation in boiling point. So very, very important. In this, units are the molality units are similar to these units. Moles were kg or mole kg inverse or kg mole inverse. Okay, and then the next property is depression in freezing point. What is the meaning of the freezing point? Freezing point means the temperature is decreases at the temperature at which the liquid and the solid form of the liquid both are equilibrium with each other. The vapor pressures are also equilibrium with each other. That means the vapor pressure of the solid form of the liquid and the liquid both are the same at the temperature is called as a freezing point. That is called as a freezing point. Once again I repeat, the temperature at which liquid, vapor pressure of the liquid and solid form of the liquid, vapor pressure of the solid form of the liquid both are same, and the solid form of the liquid and the liquid both are equilibrium with each other. That temperature is called as a freezing point. For example, taken into water. Water at 0 degrees Celsius, the solid form of, that means ice, the solid form of the water and the water both are having the same vapor pressure. At the same time, both are the equilibrium with each other, ice and water. So the 0 degree Celsius is the freezing point. The temperature is called as a freezing point. In this concept, depression in freezing point, that means decrease the freezing point. Decrease the freezing point of the solution when that contains non-volatile solute compared to the pure solvent. Compared to the pure solvent, that decrease is called as a depression in freezing point. For example, first of all, taken into beaker and then should be filled with water, and then in this beaker taken into a solution, that means nearly similar to the elevation in boiling point, we are taken into the sea water and the pure water. This is the pure water, this is the sea water, and then temperature is fall down, that means decrease the temperature. So decrease the temperatures, this liquid of the particles or more attractions in between the molecules, and arrangement of the molecules are the regular, and the state is changes to the solid state. The liquid state is changes to the liquid state, the solid state. At the same time, this also sea water, it is the nature is the liquid state, and then fall down the temperature, and then this liquid state is changes into the solid state. These both are in a graph, x-axis, y-axis. This is the temperature, this is the increase, this is the decrease side, and the vapor pressure. This is the increase of the vapor pressure. First of all, this is the solvent, pure solvent. This solvent vapor pressure at 1 atmospheric pressure, and then decrease the temperature, and the vapor pressure also decreases. At certain point, this solvent, that means it is a liquid nature, it is solidified, that means this is the freezing range, that means the solvent is solidified. This point, this temperature of this point is called as a freezing point of this solvent. Generally in water, generally 0 degree Celsius is freeze. So it is TF, the freezing point of the solvent, pure solvent. At the same time, they are taken into the sea water. The sea water, the vapor pressure and the temperature is here. Then to decrease the temperature and then decrease the vapor pressure, and then at a certain point, at certain temperature of the point, the solution is solidified. This point is called TF naught. This is the solution, the freezing point of the solution. This is the freezing point of the solvent. In this difference are here. That difference is indicated by the delta TF. That means the depression in freezing point is equals to TF minus TF naught. That means this TF is indicated by the freezing point of the pure solvent minus the TF naught is indicated by the freezing point of the solution. The difference is called as a depression in freezing point. In this case, the solution having the always lesser freezing point, that means negative values are here. In this 0 degrees Celsius, at 0 degrees Celsius pure solvent is solidified. That means in the solution, same solvent having the solution, that solution containing non-volatile solute, so that is solidify at negative, that means decrease the temperature. That decreased temperature is called as a depression in freezing point. That means the difference in the freezing point of the solution and the freezing point of the solvent, that difference is called as a depression in freezing point, that is indicated by the delta TF. This freezing point depends on the non-volatile solute. The number of moles are number of particles of the non-volatile solute. That non-volatile solute percentage is increases, the depression in freezing point is also increases. Otherwise, the non-volatile solute percentage or number of particles is less or lower, then the depression freezing point is also less. So the depression freezing point is depends on the number of particles of the solute. Okay, so the number of particles of the solute depends on the depression in freezing point. So that is the indicated by the molality. So the depression in freezing point is directly proportional to the molality of the solution. Molality of the solution. This is conversion of the constant. We can write delta TF is equal to KF into M. In this, KF means it is the molal depression constant or cryoscopic constant. Cryoscopic constant. It is also very important in 2 marks. What is the meaning of the cryoscopic constant? Cryoscopic constant means the depression in freezing point is produced when 1 mole of solute is dissolved in 1000 grams of solvent. 1000 grams of solvent then produce the depression in freezing point, that is called as a cryoscopic constant. Once again I repeat, the depression in freezing point is produced when 1 mole of solute is dissolved in 1000 grams of the solvent, that is called as a cryoscopic constant. Generally we know about the molality. Molality means it is indicated by the small m. Molality is equal to number of moles of solute present in 1000 grams of solvent. So number of moles, weight of the solute by the gram molecular weight of the solute into 1000 by weight of the solvent. So this molality formula is substituted in this equation, then we can write delta TF, that means depression in freezing point, is equal to KF into weight of the solute by gram molecular weight of the solute into 1000 by weight of the solvent. Okay, this is the depression in freezing point. In this units also similar to the molality, kg per mole inverse, kg mole inverse or kg per mole, that is the units of the depression in freezing point of the solute. And then the next colligative property we'll discuss in next class. Okay students.